We actually got in the same room and got together. It was magical. I mean, there was a lot of great ideas that just started coming up right away, and we just started jamming together as a band. And you know, we wrote what we feel is the best record we've written so far, and it was just a really cool experience. And then when we got into the studio, it was really raw. It was live. We just kind of turned the mics on and pretty much jammed all these songs live, and then just layered it with some stuff. So a lot of the stuff that you hear is being done naturally. Like any fade outs and stuff weren't done on the board. We were just kind of playing softer and kind of, you know, doing a lot of these special touches ourselves. So a lot of this record, believe it or not, it was played live in the studio.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, the one song that really stood out to me was Shine Down with the harmonica. I was surprised to know that you play the harmonica. How long have you been doing that?
I play several different instruments. I play the piano, I play the guitar, I play drums, harmonica. I just, you know, I dabble with different instruments. I haven't mastered any instrument except for the drums. You know, that's something I was trained from a very young age, and I played most of my life. But every other instrument, I mean, I'm a musician, so I just pick it up and I figure it out,
Right.
and I utilize it like another tool in my toolbox.
Now, I also, when researching for this interview, I read that you started the drums at like age 3, and you come from a very musical family. When you were a child, when you were young, you know, young, maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, did you envision you were going to be doing stuff like this when you grew older?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why, but I definitely knew at a very young age what I wanted to do with my life, and I was blessed with a talent to be able to do it, and eventually, you know, God gave me that chance to get a record deal and make a living out of this. But you know, a lot of people struggle their whole lives trying to figure out what they want to be and that kind of thing, and I just kind of knew from a really young age that I was going to be a drummer or I was going to be a musician.
Could you envision the success you've had?
No, I didn't really envision all that. You know, I daydreamed about it. You know, I watched bands like Aerosmith and Rush and all my mentors and Metallica and stuff like that, and I always hoped, or I thought it would be great to be able to, but I didn't know what that would be like or what it would feel like or if I would actually get it. It was just kind of a fantasy. But you know, the older you get, the harder you work, and then, you know, if you stay committed to it, eventually you end up getting a break, and
Right.
what you do with it from that point on is really up to you.
Now, the book right here, I actually brought a copy. For those that can go and find this book, what are they going to learn from reading this?
Well, they're gonna know that I was a horrible punk when I was younger. I was a terror man when I was a little kid. But you know, this book was really about the first 30 years of my life before Godsmack got a deal, and what it took for me to get from point A to point B. And you know, I think after I kind of wrote these stories out and decided I was going to share them with the public, it really became more about like, well, what is this book? Is it just a bunch of crazy stories, a bunch of crap I did when I was younger, or, you know, was there lessons learned in it? And for me, that's what it became about, was like, hopefully letting people read this and see that, you know, when life kicks you down, there's a way to stand back up and hold your chin up high and, you know, be inspired and just, you know, be inspired to work harder, because there's a pot of gold out there, you know, and you just have to be willing to not bail out on your dreams and your goals. And I think that's what this book became about, was like, good or bad, whether the people that came into my life were positive or negative for me, or the experiences I went through, whether I was being a real jerk or whether I was trying to do something good and it didn't pay off, or whatever happened, all happened for a reason, and all kind of helped me become who I am today. So
That's awesome. Well, I do appreciate you sitting down to take the time with us, and I recommend everybody go get the book, get the new album, and come and check out the show tonight, Godsmack Live at the City Auditorium. Sully, thank you very much.
thank you.
Enjoy the show.